When the silence after someone leaves feels louder than their presence ever did, it settles inside your chest like an echo that refuses to fade. It's strange how the absence of a person can take up more space than their presence ever managed to fill. So breathe with me now, slowly and gently, as if each inhale were guiding your heart back into your body. Let your exhale soften the edges of the emptiness that has been pressing against your ribs. The quiet they left behind is not empty. It is full of all the things you never had the chance to understand. Silence becomes its own kind of story, one that speaks louder than words ever did. And tonight, you are sitting inside that story, trying to make sense of the noise that only you can hear. You expected loneliness, but you didn't expect the silence to feel like a presence of its own. A heavy, lingering, unfamiliar presence that hovers in the room long after they're gone. This silence is not peaceful. It's not soft. It's not gentle. It's the kind of silence that reminds you something has ended, and endings are rarely quiet inside the heart that didn't want them. Take another breath and notice how your body reacts to this silence. Your chest tightens slightly. Your shoulders rise. Your mind starts scanning the empty spaces, trying to understand why the absence feels heavier than the person ever did. You're not imagining it. The human heart gets used to noise, the noise of their messages, their moods, their inconsistencies, their presence, their half-love, their almosts and maybes. Even when the relationship wasn't what you needed, the noise filled a space inside you. Now that the noise is gone, the void feels overwhelming. Let your breath steady you. The truth is simple. Silence is louder because it removes the illusion. When they were here, even if they weren't fully present, their existence softened the uncertainty. You had something to hold on to, even if it wasn't solid. Now you have nothing to hold, and the nothingness speaks loudly. It asks questions you don't want to hear. It forces you to confront everything you tried to ignore. It makes you feel the weight of every unmet need, every unspoken word, every moment you settled for less because you were afraid of this exact silence. You thought losing them would be the hardest part, but losing yourself in the quiet they left behind might be even harder. Breathe again, slowly. Notice the ache, but don't fight it. This silence is not here to punish you. It is here to show you something. It is here to reveal the emotional truth beneath the relationship you kept trying to maintain. When someone's absence feels louder than their presence, it means their presence was not nourishing you. It means you carried more of the connection than they did. It means you were the emotional anchor, the one who kept the story alive. Their leaving didn't create the silence. It revealed it. The silence was always there, hidden beneath your efforts, your hope, your willingness to fill the spaces they consistently left empty. Now that the relationship is gone, the silence has room to echo, and you hear it clearly for the first time. Let that awareness settle into your breath. You're not grieving the person. You're grieving the noise that once distracted you from yourself. You're grieving the comfort of familiarity, even if the familiarity was painful. You're grieving the version of you that stayed, waited, tried, and held on. And that grief is valid. Let your breath soften your heart. You don't have to make the silence go away. You just have to survive this part of it. One inhale at a time, one exhale at a time. Eventually, the silence will begin to change. It won't always feel like an intruder. It won't always feel like a reminder of what you lost. The silence will become space, a space that belongs to you, a space where peace can grow, a space where your breath is louder than the longing, a space where your voice returns after being quiet for too long. But tonight, the silence still carries the shape of their absence, and that's okay. Healing doesn't start with peace. Healing starts with truth. And the truth is, they took up less of your life than you thought. The noise you miss is not love. It's habit. It's emotional routine. It's the comfort of not being alone with your thoughts. And now those thoughts feel too loud because the silence doesn't compete with them. But breathe. You can handle this. You are stronger than the quiet. One day, this same silence will feel like softness instead of sorrow. One day, you will sit in a room like this and feel your own presence louder than any echo they left behind. One day, this silence will not hurt. It will heal. You will see. For now, let the night hold what you cannot. Let your breath carry what feels too heavy. Let the silence speak, but don't let it define you. You are still here. You are still whole. You are still becoming someone who will no longer be frightened by the quiet. When the silence after someone leaves feels louder than their presence ever did, it begins to press against the walls of your mind in a way you can't escape. You start noticing how quiet the room is, how still your body feels, how your breath seems too loud compared to the soft echo of a life that no longer includes them. This silence becomes a mirror, one that reflects not just the absence of the person but everything you carried alone while they were still here. Breathe in slowly. Let your inhale soften the memories that rise when the noise disappears. Let your exhale release the tension of holding space for someone who never knew how to fill it. The silence feels unbearable at first because it exposes the truth. You were the one who kept the relationship alive. Your presence was the glue. Your emotional labor was the heartbeat. Your hope was the soundtrack. When they left, they didn't take the noise with them, they took the distraction. And now the silence shows you everything that was missing long before the goodbye. It's not their absence that hurts the most. It's realizing how often you had already been alone while they were still standing next to you. Take another breath and feel your body settle into that realization. The silence isn't an enemy. It's a revelation. It's showing you the emotional weight you carried, the conversations you had inside your head because the real ones never happened, the comfort you provided yourself because they couldn't, the dreams you built alone because they weren't building anything with you. You missed the idea of togetherness, not the reality you lived. The reality was quiet long before they walked away. Now the quiet is simply honest. Let your breath slow the fear rising in your chest. The silence feels loud because it holds the outline of everything you wanted them to be. It holds the shape of your unmet needs, the shadow of your expectations, the echo of your attempts to feel chosen. Your heart is not hurting because they're gone. Your heart is hurting because the silence proves they were never truly here. Sit with that truth, even if it trembles inside you. It's okay. You're not breaking, you're awakening. This silence is clearing the emotional noise that once clouded your judgment. It's making space even if that space feels hollow right now. It's teaching you to hear yourself again, even though your voice feels faint beneath the ache. Healing begins in this very place, in the raw quiet where you finally notice your own presence. Take a deeper breath now. Imagine the silence shifting, not as a void, but as a doorway back to yourself, a doorway to boundaries you didn't know you needed, a doorway to peace you didn't know you lacked. The silence is not punishing you. It is making room for you. And even if tonight it still feels like loneliness, one day it will feel like freedom. You will learn the texture of your own company. You will feel the strength in your own breath. You will hear the calm beneath the noise. But for now, the silence still echoes with the memory of what you hoped they could be. That's normal. It's human. You're grieving not just the loss of a person, but the loss of the imagined life you built around them. That imagined life was loud with possibility. And possibility is always louder than reality. So breathe again. Let the silence be what it is, temporary. A phase, not a prison. A revelation, not a punishment. One night, this silence will no longer feel like the ghost of a connection. One night, it will simply feel like quiet. Good quiet. Healing quiet. Quiet that holds peace instead of pain. And you will realize you survived the loudest silence of your life, not by filling it with someone else, but by learning to hear yourself inside it.